Hey YouTube, Kenta Nakamura back here with another fucking video for you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I've been really busy with college and shit like that. It hasn't been a fun session at all, but I'm not gonna lie, it was well worth it. So I haven't been really updated on world events, but I have done the best that I can to stay updated on shit, as well as the fact that, when you're in college, your focus is just your schooling. But anyways, enough of excuses on this one. This one I did stay updated on. Recently, there was an attack. I don't even really necessarily consider this video that Onion Boy has done to be even really considered based upon the attacks. He just took advantage of the situation, and it's kind of pathetic. Because if you think about it, he doesn't specifically say that this one case is bad. He basically broadens it to say all cases of this are bad, and it's just being nothing but attention whore, instead of showing empathy for other human beings. But I guess empathy goes through the fucking roof when you do videos like what he does. I mean, for crying out loud, when he fucking posts pictures of women and judges their bodies and types and shit like that, it's kind of fucking sad. But enough of that, let's get on to the video and let's get this gravy train rolling.
As I'm sure you're aware, billions upon billions of human beings have died before you. Like, we are just a copy of many people who came before us. Many of us are going to live totally irrelevant lives, and then we're going to die, and we're going to cease to exist. Some people believe in an afterlife. Who cares?
No, I didn't fucking edit that. He started this video off by stating that everybody dies. No, well, yeah, stating the obvious. Captain Obvious. Bravo. Stating the fucking obvious, that everybody dies. But hey, billions upon billions of people have died before us, yes, but that doesn't mean that you're just a copycat of someone 6 billion years ago or some shit. You are your own person. There's only you. There's only one person like you. You are the only person there. Even if you were born a twin, triplets, so on and so forth, you are you. That's all that fucking there is. After that, who knows? But I love how you take this, like, who cares? Like who cares whether we live or die fallacy. It's very psychotic, I feel like, of the Onision. But then again, this is Onision we're talking about here, to be honest. Let's be honest. Let's just be entirely honest. He lacks empathy anyway to begin with. So why he's commenting on this? Well, we're about to fucking find out.
For all we know, we're just going to rot in the ground, and that's it. Today I saw a bunch of people retweeting and tweeting about another mass death that occurred violently. And people get so excited over these things, they don't realize why they're tweeting these things.
Oh no, Onision, they are all fully aware of what they're tweeting. Have you ever heard about awareness or empathy? I know you lack it, but you've been on YouTube long enough to understand why people are doing this. It's empathy. It's not what you think it's for. But I love how you try to take the moral high ground, and this is the start. This is just the start of it, by the way. You're trying to take the moral high ground here to try and say that you're not doing the exact same thing that what other people are, when in fact that you are. You're literally taking this out of, like, you're doing the exact thing that you're fucking bitching about. You don't even know why but again, you don't even know it, but I guess that's what being a hypocrite is truly all about, I guess, anyway.
First off, over 1,000 people die of cancer every single day. Look it up. It's the truth. But how often do you see people tweeting, over 1,000 people died of cancer today, my heart goes out to the families?
Oh no, I'm sure everybody knows that people die of cancer every fucking day. It's a fucking deadly disease. And everybody knows that, and everybody is aware of this, and there are people out there who say, oh, well, my heart goes out to these people. That's what empathy is. Again, I understand you don't know what the fuck empathy is, but at least try to understand it, you fucking moron. I mean, what am I even kidding? What am I even doing this for? I know you lack empathy. In fact, I know you even lack human emotion to understand what the fuck is even going on. People know that people die of serious diseases every fucking day. That's why there is still, to this day, cancer research programs and cancer patients getting some of the best treatment that they could under their own insurance. Maybe even beyond that, even if they have that kind of money. But that's why we still have people to this day who survive from cancer. Now, yes, that is a slim margin compared to what it should be, what we all wish it would be, which is the chances of death is 0. We would love to hear that about any disease for that matter. But the fact is, it's probably never going to happen. But we can at least do everything that we can to narrow that down. And that's what these are. There are foundations in place that make it aware to us. They say, hey, donate your money to us. We're the scientists. We're going to research ways to prevent this disease from killing more people. So again, people do know what the fuck these, like, they know it. And people do tweet about it still to this day, especially if they've lost somebody to cancer. I've lost an uncle to fucking cancer, for crying out loud. And I still, to this day, fucking wish that the disease would be fucking done with. Would be just fucking destroyed, but that's wishful thinking. Beyond wishful fucking thinking.
By the way, your heart going out to families, worthless. That doesn't help them. Your prayers doesn't help them. If you look up statistics on that as well, it seems like more often than not your prayers do less, if not more. Because a lot of times the people you pray for die. It's almost like they flipped a coin. And that's it.
Oh yeah, don't show raw human emotion for others of our own species. Don't, you know, I mean, I understand to an extent that, you know, like, oh yeah, your prayers don't fucking work. But you know what? People cope with shit different ways. And to sit here and just to have you, like, fucking beat the shit out of them for it is quite pathetic. But again, lack of empathy. And I'm gonna be probably beating my head with a fucking hammer at this rate because of it. Because this is what this whole thing is that he completely lacks empathy, so he cannot fucking understand why people do this. Now, yeah, sure, prayers don't fucking work, or whatnot. Sure. But that doesn't mean that we should just automatically say, well, you shouldn't show any human emotions whatsoever. You should just be like me and be a stiff motherfucker for no reason. You shouldn't have emotions at all. In fact, you should be a sociopath like I am.
So you're just saying things to make yourself feel better about people dying, essentially. Okay? And what's sad is when you're on Twitter, you see a lot of people saying these things, but they don't really mean anything except for look at me. You know, someone died. Look at me.
No, you fucking idiot. They're doing it to raise awareness and saying that they condemn this kind of behavior. As in, they don't approve of this kind of shit in society. How in the fuck are you supposed to... How in the fuck are we as a society supposed to grow if we do not communicate with each other and say that, well, this is not within the social norms of our society. We should not be doing this kind of thing. How can we explain that if we don't talk about it? Like... And I'll give you a fucking small crumb because I'm sure that there are a couple people who are doing it for attention. But just a small fucking crumb of people. Just a very, very small crumb. Like 0.1% or whatever. But who the fuck cares? I'm no fucking statistical person. You're acting like that the only reason why people tweet about disasters is for attention. Or to feel better about themselves because... for fucking reasons that you've never stated. I mean, it would be easier to debunk if you would actually give reasons, but if you think of this for reasons of attention, you're way off base. You're fucking way out. In fact, you hit fucking so far of a fucking foul ball. I swear to God, if there was a court behind you, it would still be a fucking foul. I understand you have no empathy whatsoever, and you completely lack common sense and human emotions. But no one can possibly be this fucking stupid and think that everybody is just doing this just for fucking attention.
You know, ooh, this is trendy. I know for a fact that if you tweet during an event that just happened that's very violent, if you would tweet about that event, you're going to get more retweets than your average tweet. People know this. People who are celebrities, people who are internet personalities, they know this. And then they tweet about it. They tweet specifically saying how much they care, what a hero they are. And then everyone else goes, oh, well, you're a hero. You care.
Okay, Onion Boy, you must have some very, very fucked up followers because no one sits there and says that they're a hero for retweeting something as a disaster or tragedy. And I love how you're like, oh, it doesn't matter, like, no matter what you tweet, it'll never amount to retweets that you'll get if you tweet about a major disaster. Well, yeah, because fucking people tweet about that shit. Oh my fucking god. I'm losing brain cells trying to fucking debunk this shit, I swear to god. Because the reason why, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of a fucking reason why retweets go faster during major events, is because we connect more with people. We empathize. And when we empathize, we find those who are also empathizing as well. And we say, you know what, this person's right, or this person is right. We should raise awareness. This person said it better than I did. This person did the way that they quoted this is so much better than what I could do. That kind of shit. But the fallacy that you have here is that people are just doing it for attention. Celebrities are doing it for attention. Fucking other major Twitter people are fucking doing it. I don't know what the fuck. Tweets, whatever. I don't fucking care. My age is starting to show. But again, it's awareness and it's empathy. Again, I understand you don't have any of that, but just for once in your life, shut the fuck up about something like this. People died, you fucking moron. And when people die of our species, we feel bad about it. Because quite frankly, us as a society, we should be able to stop this now. We should be at a point in our society as fucking the dominant species of the planet to say we should stop doing this. We should stop killing each other. No other species on this fucking planet kills each other more than we do. We should fucking limit that as much as we can.
I want you to go to news.google.com and type in death and look at all the people that are dying constantly. Constant deaths. A lot of you watching this right now, you're going to be dead within a couple years. Reality, okay? That's just how it is. A lot of us, maybe even me, will be dead within a couple years, okay? And then we have these people pretending selectively like certain deaths matter, but certain ones don't.
Alright, Onision, let's do this. You told us to Google this, so let's Google this. And let's see here. What was it? Death, you said? Okay, let's see here. Death. 88,800,000 results in 0.47 seconds. People die. What do you want? I mean, you don't show any empathy. Why the fuck should I show empathy? Oh, wait, because I'm a normal fucking human being. That's right. Yeah, we know people die of every fucking disease on the planet, but ones that are preventable are ones that we are most fucking empathize for. People who die of the measles because people who die of the measles virus when there's a vaccine, it's quite a tragedy. When 19 people lost their fucking lives because one guy decided to bomb a fucking stadium during a concert, is pretty fucking sad and pretty fucking bad. Alright? It's called empathy. You fucking moron. It's called empathy. No one... Now, if someone dies of cancer, and yes, people do die of cancer. I know that's a fallacy you can't seem to understand. People die of cancer all the fucking time. Everybody who knows about the disease and how fucking bad it is will still empathize with those people just as much as the 19 people who died fucking during the stadium attack. Same case people who died of measles, and even people who died way back when. That's called empathy. You like, oh my god, I want to understand the conversation we'd have with somebody who like a family relative of yours just dies of fucking cancer. I want to see the look on your fucking face when you don't even realize it, and you're like, oh hey, what happened to Uncle Frank? Oh, he died of cancer. Oh, well, 9,900 other people died. Where's the fuck your bleeding heart for them? And honestly, considering that it's you, I could fucking believe you saying that. You fucking hypocrite and fucking dumbass.
But we most all agree that all human lives are equal, right? Inherently equal. Like at birth, you're equal, and then your decisions may change your value. But inherently, they're all equal. We know nothing of the people who have died recently in an attack, so they're about as equal as people who have died from cancer. Okay? So if they're both equal, then why don't they both get priority on our Twitters or social media in general? Why do we not talk about them all equally?
I love this because he's like, oh, well, depending on what choices you make, the value of your life will slowly decline you from that equal scale. As in, like, no, in a sense of the cosmos, no life matters. None. Sorry, none of them do. But in a sense of you as your person, I'm sure that as you as a person, your life matters the most, and then it's your family, then it's your friends, and their friends, and so on and fucking so forth. But what you're trying to do here is, you're trying to say the scale is uneven when it comes to the attention of what has happened. When ALS was a huge fucking thing, when more cases started showing up of ALS, look at how many people did the Ice Bucket Challenge. How many fucking people did it? And they did it not because of fucking attention, they did it for awareness. And that's what this is about. Every fucking disease has awareness of some sort. But what you're trying to say here is that, oh, well, the scale here is imbalanced now. These 19 people who died, oh, they're more relevant than these 1,000 people who have died of cancer. No, you fucking moron. It's called empathy. I'm gonna beat it into your fucking skull eventually. Okay? No one sits there and says, well, I'm sorry that these 19, these 19 people died of a fucking disaster in a stadium, but these 1,000 people here, they're more valuable. I'm sorry. No one is fucking saying that, and no one is even fucking saying the opposite of what 1,000. Well, except for you. I mean, let me just cross that out before I finish that sentence. You're the only person saying that. Well, these 1,000 people here are more important than these 19 people here. But all life, in the sense of the human species as a whole, matters. Because the point of our existence is to thrive and to expand. We are the largest and most dominant species on the planet, and every species on this planet exists to do one thing and one thing only: its own survival. But apparently that's a concept you can't understand. Because at the same time, while our main focus is survival, we have emotions, and even other animals in the animal kingdom have shown emotion when one of their own dies. Like, there has been video evidence of a fucking robotic gorilla. Well, no, it wasn't a gorilla, but a robotic monkey that they were using to get close with other chimps, and it fell off of the tree. Every fucking monkey there empathized with it because they thought it was because it was one of their own. They thought it was one of their own, and it just recently died. And that's the case of what this is. We see it when we see something like this, especially when it comes to a terrorist attack. It gets more attention for the simple fact of we're more aware of it now. Cancer is still a deadly disease to this day, and there are still foundations out there that bust their fucking ass off trying to find a cure for this disease. But you're acting like this is an attention thing. And again, Onision, it's not an attention thing. It's called awareness.
The difference is excitement. The difference is interest. So when you see someone tweeting or publicly talking about a death, more often than not, if it's not directly personal to them, they're talking about that because people will listen, because people will care. It's not about the people who died. It's about getting that attention.
So here we are at the core of this whole thing. The simple fact of everybody's just doing it for attention. Everybody's just doing it just to fucking do it. And that's not the case, Onion Boy. That's not the case at all. People are doing this because of the fact that it's close to home. Because of the fact that 19 people lost their fucking lives. And I know what you're gonna say next. You're like, because, like, to be honest here, I've seen this already. But I know what you're gonna fucking say, and you're gonna try and throw it and say that because all these other deaths happen all the fucking time, because all these other diseases happen all the fucking time, we're so used to it, it doesn't fucking matter anymore. These lives don't excite us anymore. These deaths don't excite us anymore. Fuck you. just fuck you right now, because you're just a smug asshole. You don't seem to understand that people do still give a shit about these people. But they're not going to sit there and say, 1,000 people died today. 1,000 people died yesterday. 1,000 people died today. 1,000 people died tomorrow. 1,000 people died, so on and so on and so forth. It'd be fucking repetitive. I'm sorry, but that's just how fucking people are. You look at... You're somebody who looks at society in such a negative fucking way. You have nothing positive to say about society. You literally fucking hate it. And that's why I feel like you're just this smug fucking asshole, because you could never integrate with society. You could never understand it. Your brain is hardwired differently than everyone else's. And I would not take that as a fucking compliment, because quite frankly, it's dangerous.
So, I just wanted to make it clear that you people don't really care about these people who died. What you care about is taking advantage of a situation that excites you. People who die violently, really interesting to the general public, unless it happens over and over again, like shootings. They happen on a regular basis in this country, yet we don't hear about them very much anymore because we've gotten used to it. We're not excited about it anymore. The value of the lives of the people who have been shot more recently are not as valuable as they once were. Because back then, it was exciting, it was interesting, and it no longer is. So now we have to come up with new things, like bombings. But, importantly, can't be a bombing in a Middle Eastern country. We're tired of hearing about bombings in Middle Eastern countries. It's too common. So we're not going to tweet about that. We're not going to tweet about our prayers. We're not going to tweet about our hearts, because it's just not going to get as many retweets as if we tweet about a concert with a bunch of white people in it that got bombed.
I love how the whole fucking time he's had this, like, smug look on his face, like, you know, listen, like, the whole fucking time he's talking about this whole situation between, like, with the with shootings in, like, schools and shit like that, compared to that of what's recently happening in a bombing. And he doesn't, like, he broadens it way fucking much. We still hear about those shootings to this day. To this day, we are still hearing about shootings. We will never stop hearing about shootings. I don't seem to understand why you have to be this way, why you have to be this smug and so fucking full of yourself. I just don't get it. We still hear about them, we still talk about them, just as much as we talk about people dying of cancer, just as much as we talk about people dying about bombs, just as much as we talk about people dying in the Middle East, so on and so forth.
Anyway, this is one of many reasons why I hate human beings. But I'm a conscientious objector, recognized by the US government, because I value myself very, very little. And that means that I don't think my life is worth harming anyone else. It's not. If you said, would you sacrifice your life for a random person across the planet? Or if you saw someone walking across the street and they were about to get hit by a car, and you could choose yourself, knowing nothing about this person, you could choose to be a hero, jump in the way of the car, push them out of the way, would you? I would say yes, of course, because I don't value my life very much. Again, that's why I can't take a life.
You know, I love it how he's like, this is why I hate human beings, even though he himself is a human being. But at this point, I don't even know what the fuck he is anymore. But I love how he has this moral high ground of himself where he's like, I would never take a human life. I would sacrifice myself for other people. Okay, Onion Boy, I'm going to put you to the test. You have 1 week to prove to me that you're actually doing this. Start a GoFundMe page for those cancer that you fucking hate so much. Go start another fucking GoFundMe page for the fucking measles vaccine to get fucking re-updated again. Go to fucking Africa where these fucking kids are being tortured and killed constantly by these terrorists, by these fucking people who are just fucking idiots. Where the fuck, like, I know you're not gonna do it. You know what? Fucking forget it, because I know you're not gonna do it because you're fucking Onision. You're fucking making millions on YouTube for the many fucking channels that you have. So why the fuck would you just take a little bit out of your time to go out of your way and go help these people that you claim that you would? But you won't, will you? That's the point of this whole thing. You're basically smug saying, I don't understand why the fuck these people don't value people's lives. I value theirs more than I value my own. You're just a fucking idiot, and I know you're a fucking two-faced liar. Because quite frankly, everybody gives a fuck about their own life. You're a fucking retard if you don't, and you'd be doing us all a fucking favor. You know what? I'm not gonna make that suicide line. You know what? I'm above that. I'm not gonna say that. Because quite frankly, if you actually did give a shit about everybody's life, you'd give a shit about your own life as well. But I guess I can't understand why you wouldn't really give a shit about your own life. I mean, you have lived a pretty fucked up life, I guess. I mean, if I had a life like yours, living off of that fucking YouTube money, boy, that'd be so fucking horrible. I'm not drowning in, I wouldn't be drowning in debt. I could say whatever the fuck I want. Broadcast women's bodies on the internet. Judge them, possibly shame them, and I'd never get fucking. I could probably fucking rape a baby if I were you, and nobody would give a fuck. They'd just be like, "Oh, it's just Onision. No one gives a fuck. It's just Onision." Every life matters, but until we're put into a situation like the one you're describing, where we would give our life for somebody else, is when we'll put that to the test. And I also love how you're like. You're so fucking smug about it that you would give your life for somebody else clear across the fucking planet. Then go do it. Go fucking do it. There are kids dying every fucking day. Where the fuck's your bleeding heart for them, and why the fuck aren't you doing something for them?
But my point in saying all this is simply me expressing the truth. Me expressing my opinion. And I say the truth is my opinion because I've been paying attention to the facts, the statistics, the consistent human behavior. So I hope we're clear. Thank you for watching. Bye.
You know, you sound like a fucking 5-year-old when you're like, my opinion is fact. I've been watching the human species for a while now. Even though I've been on this planet for, what, only about 30 years at most? Yeah, good. Bravo fucking bro. Good, bravo. Just bravo. The whole point of this video, I can clearly tell, is that you're pushing an agenda where you don't want people to give a fuck about the people who die. You want them not to give a fuck. It's plain as fucking day, and it's plain and fucking simple that you just don't give a fuck. You lack empathy, and that's one of your biggest fucking flaws as a human being. You don't give a fuck about other people. Because if you actually gave a fuck, you wouldn't have made a rant on YouTube about people who are posting about this shit and raising awareness about a crisis that occurred. Instead, you would say, you know what? What happened was a complete tragedy. There are people who die all the time, and my heart goes out for everyone. But instead, you decided to fucking trash people for raising awareness about a situation that just recently happened, and acting like they don't give a fuck about other people who have died. When in reality, it's you who doesn't give a fuck about other people. Because like I said earlier, if you actually gave a fuck, you'd be doing something about it. But again, you won't. You simply won't. You won't go start a GoFundMe page for cancer. And you know what? If you do, bra fucking bro. Bra fucking bro. I would fund it. I would. I would not lie. If it's going to a cancer research foundation, yeah, I would go fund it. I will eat my own words. But I know you won't. There are people dying every day, Onion Boy. You said you would give your life up for anybody whatsoever. So why don't you start working on that then? Start asking for more lives if it's possible. Because quite frankly, I know you won't do it. I know you don't give a shit about human life. Because quite frankly, you said you hate yourself, you hate human beings. You hate the species as a whole. You hate it. Why help something you hate? That's the fallacy that you have. That's the fallacy that you are. That's the one that I hate most about you. You know, I can't really say I hate. I dislike about you the most. Is that you seem to think you have this moral high ground of the whole human race. You seem to think that no matter what, you are always right. In which case, you're not. Sorry. You seem to think that people are tweeting about the situation that happened as an excuse to fucking tweet, as an excuse to get more popular. No. It's to raise awareness and to say that we do not condone this kind of behavior. We condemn it. We hate it. We don't like seeing people die. Plain and fucking simple. You took something of a fucking disaster and you fucking twisted it and made it so, and you fucking tried to guilt trip people into it. So fucking pathetic of you, but honestly, It's your character. Honestly, I'm not surprised that you would do something this fucking retarded. Because you've done it before, and you'll do it again until the end of your fucking existence. And I'll just be here as well, criticizing you for it just like everybody else. Because quite frankly, we're humans, and we have difference of opinions all the fucking time. And that's probably one of our biggest problems. But then again, we're not a hive mind. So no surprise, we're going to have differences. But that's something you can't seem to understand, is that people have differences. People think differently. People do things differently. And there are things that you don't understand that even I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how you fucking behave this way and get by with it all. But hey, that's just me.